Hi, it's Dustin here, and welcome to today's video. Really excited to go ahead and shoot this today. A couple exciting things. I got this bright red shirt. It was picked out for me, and I actually like the color. I just want to go ahead and make this video fairly quick to make sure everybody's kind of on track. So we're kind of getting back into the groove of things, and this is often where people fall off the wagon when it comes to everything that they said they're going to do in the new year, right? This is where you're kind of getting back into your routine. Like last week was kind of the first week back from holidays for everybody. I ended up taking a little bit of time off. I went to Alberta for the holidays, where my family is, where I originally grew up, and then spent 5 or 6 days in the mountains for New Year's. And it was great. It was a nice disconnect. I didn't check my email. Just kind of turned everything off and did a reset. And then came up with some goals that I'm going to be implementing. So a few of the things that I'm trying this year for goals are I need to really stretch more. I have this thing in my ankles called Achilles tendonitis. And it's basically kind of from overuse of your body, but with not stretching it properly. And I know that I need to be diligent about stretching and icing every day. So that's kind of one of the things I've implemented, and it's really easy to fall back into our old routines and just kind of forget about it. And now's about the time where people are starting to fall off the wagon. Something like 50% of people don't make it past the first 30 days with their resolutions. Now, mine was a little bit of a silly example, but one of my work examples is that I try to do my very most important task first thing in the day. So for me, that means not checking Facebook, not checking email until I've done my highest value task every single day. We live in this world now where people wake up, the first thing they do when they wake up is they start scrolling through their phone, scrolling through their email, checking Facebook, gearing up their brain with all these things that they don't really need. And you really need to be careful, because in your brain you have these things, your brain uses glycogen to use its energy and think, and every time you fire up a new outlet on your brain, like whether it's reading something on Facebook or Instagram or checking your email, you're really robbing your best energy for taking you to the next level. So, for example, if you go into your email and there's 20 messages in there, imagine like 20 little gears in your head that start spooling up and taking energy. Whereas most of your emails are reactive. People wake up and they just start reacting. And what you really need to do if you want to make this year productive and successful is you need to stop reacting and start acting on things that are moving you towards your goal. Leave all that stuff till later in the day if you can. Obviously, you need to do email and those types of things, especially depending on what type of job you're in. But what I'm saying is that if you're in a position with a real estate business, you know that the most valuable thing for you to do is to work on deals and to find deals. So you shouldn't be checking Facebook, or at least Facebook and Instagram, anything outside of that goal until you've at least spent an hour a day pursuing what's going to take you forward. I have a really exciting story. One of our coaches here, who started off just like you, literally just bought a convenience store and another store at a tax sale for just like $5,000. And I'm gonna get his permission to share the story and try to inspire you guys with that. But it's just an example of taking the right type of action. Now, I know I say this over and over again, but you really have to hit it on the head often, because it's so easy to fall back into the old habits. And you know what? One thing that I often think about is every day when I wake up, I kind of ask myself, what are the things that could kill me today? I know it's a little bit of a weird spin, but I spend a lot of time in the winter snowmobiling in the mountains. And it's actually a very dangerous sport. There's a risk of avalanches, there's risk of making a mistake, hitting trees, driving off of cliffs, hurting yourself very badly. This time 2 years ago, I was actually caught in an avalanche, and it was really, really scary. But it kind of taught me to always be predicting my environment the best I can to kind of be ahead of the game. Just yesterday we were seeing a movie, and I was crossing the street, and this truck blew a yellow light making a left-hand turn. And one thing that I always religiously do is when I'm crossing the street, I always shoulder check behind me, like as if I was in a car. Like I look to make sure somebody's coming from behind. And you know, literally almost 0% of the time it's useless. There's nobody there. Except yesterday, I looked behind me and there was a truck that was blowing the yellow light making a left-hand turn and didn't see me. So the person that I was with grabbed their arm, pulled them back, and literally it could have been a disaster. So what I'm saying here is predict your environment. Predict the things that typically distract you, take you away from your work. There's this bizarre story here in our newspaper, a bizarre cyclist death that happened. And basically what happened was some guy was riding his bike. There was a homeless person dumpster diving. They're in the dumpster and they were throwing things out, and they threw out a heavy object that knocked the cyclist off his bike. He hit the ground head first and he died. There's bizarre things out there that can just kind of put the lights out on us in the blink of an eye. And you don't want to have your final day come and realize that you didn't live up to your potential. So what I'm here to do is to help you with that. And a big part of potential is building a life and building the freedom that you want to be able to go out and do the things that you want to do. And obviously you're watching this because we use real estate as one of our primary tools to do that. So that's what my trainings are all about. In these videos, sometimes we won't go into specific step-by-step real estate, but it comes into the big picture. Every single day I watch videos like this, but just every day, drop by drop, imagine a bucket filling up, and you need real estate to create the wealth to do the things you want. So as a recap, this is just a check-in for you to stick to what you're doing this year for New Year's. Use accountability, tell somebody what you're doing, so you have to be accountable to them. Another thing that I want you to keep an eye on is I have a great new video that's going to be coming out. And I'm going to talk about how you should be profiting in real estate in your own city. If you're not making money in your surrounding, like meaning the houses around you within your neighborhood and in your city, you are absolutely missing out because you need to be doing that. Tax liens and deeds are amazing. They are an incredible tool. They're number one. But if you're not making the most of what's around you, you're probably never going to get to the level that you want to get to. So I'm going to make an all-new video coming out pretty soon. It's going to be really exciting. And keep an eye on that stuff in your inbox. So thanks a lot for watching today's video. And I will see you in the next videos to come.